Hi guys, Technobricks here, and the August 2025 Star Wars sets have just been released, and we will be taking a very quick look at them. First up, we have set 75414, the Force Burner Snowspeeder, for $55 and 349 pieces. This is for the Rebuild the Galaxy show, and it features a very interesting take on this snow speeder. This time it has hot rod design all over it, like the whole theme of Rebuild the Galaxy being alternate takes on existing Star Wars media, so this is what we're getting. And it looks like there are also a stab and a speeder bike, and the speeder bike can actually attach to the snow speeder. And while we're here, I would like to mention that that is a new cockpit piece. This set comes with 3 minifigures. I don't know their names. However, I really like that new orange lightsaber and also the two that are chained together. And these minifigures look great. I especially like the middle one, kind of looks like a Winter Soldier from Marvel. Next we have set 75431, the 327 Star Corps Clone Troopers Battle Pack, for $55 and 258 pieces. And this is very expensive for what you're getting. I'm not saying it's a bad set, just that it is overpriced. You get a little reconnaissance walker, and also I think the best mini spider droids that we've ever gotten. But as far as minifigures go, we've got 4 of the Star Corps clone troopers, one with a rangefinder, and they all come with a new pauldron piece, which is kind of more accurate than the cloth that we were rarely getting before, only it gives them a bit more height, and I'm not sure how well the colors will print on the black. But also included are 3 super battle droids. A very awaited set is 75432, the V-19 Torrent Starfighter, with 567 pieces for $65. And it's only the second LEGO iteration of this beloved starship, and it looks great, especially with the new elements that were not available at the time of the release of the first V19 torrent, when the first batch of Clone Wars LEGO sets was released. So this is based on Clone Wars, and it still retains that function where you can pose the wings up and down to land the craft, and that cockpit in yellow looks really good. And then for the minifigures, we have Obi-Wan in his Clone Wars outfit, only not with the cursed head, but with the well-loved live-action adaptation of him. And yeah, I think it's a new figure completely, except for the head. And then also our first clone pilot, which uses a brand new helmet, which is amazing. I hope we will be seeing this in more Star Wars sets, and also a new Asajj Ventress, which brings back those curved lightsaber, only in another color. So three great minifigures with a very loved spaceship. It's, I think, one of the best sets in a while. A surprising one is set 75433 Jango Fett Starship for $68 and 707 pieces. And we've actually gotten a UCS Jango Fett Starship. I think it's the slave one, that's what it's called. Why Lego made competition for their own sets? I don't know, but it's a great cheaper options for the ones that wanted to have this ship but didn't have the budget to buy the large one, and it looks very good. And something I like is that they include almost the same figures. The Boba Fett is the same, however the Jango Fett has some different parts that he's using, so the UCS one does retain its exclusivity. And while we are on the topic of minifigures, we also got our second ever Camino, and this time it's Lamasu. And while the torso and leg printing are great, what obviously stands out is his head mold, especially with his crest up top and that beautifully sculpted collar. It's amazing to be getting him, especially in a playset. Also included is a little service car that you can actually use to display this set, so this is really just a budget option of the UCS slave one. And it does also have a play feature where you can load and drop the seismic bombs. Next up we have set 75413, the Republic Juggernaut, for $160 and 813 pieces. And this looks to be based on Revenge of the Sith and is yet another overpriced set. Don't get me wrong, it looks amazing, way better than the last Juggernaut that we got, and I really love those brick built wheels. And if we look in this picture, it looks like they have some articulation to be able to pass over all sorts of terrain. But this is still a pretty small build compared to the price that you're paying. Although it's nice that it has an interior, and also I really like how they made the cockpit, especially using that beautifully printed piece. Now for the minifigures, we've gotten a new Mundi, and that may be a new head mold, but I am not sure. However, the face and the prints are brand new. Next we have Commander Baraka with yet another new helmet mode, and this looks great. We've gotten already the new pilot helmet. This one, it really seems like Lego has poured a lot of budget into this wave. And also our first Galactic Marines using the same mold for the helmet as the Hoth Troopers, but it's great and they have very good prints. It's nice to be finally getting them. And also included are 3 battle droids. Another very loved set is set 75417, the UCS ATST Walker, for $200 and 1513 pieces. And this actually doesn't come in the usual ATST brown, but it has blue markings all over its shape, and it's amazing to finally get a new rendition of this transport vehicle after, I think, 20 years or 15 years that the last one was released. And it still retains that function where you deploy the battle droids out the front with an openable hinge, and it also all its sides open up to reveal its interior, and it also has a cockpit that can open up. For the minifigures, we've gotten another Ayla Secura. I think it's a new one, but I'm not sure. We also have Commander Bly, which is using that new pauldron piece that we saw in the battle pack, and the rest of the figures are battle droids. And with it looks like Lego has started to print on their torsos. So the pilot one has also some light nougat printing on its chest, which looks great. Then we've gotten 6 basic battle droids, and then the return of the commando droid, this time in gunmetal gray, and they are they all three have prints on their chests, and they look amazing. So nice getting them again. It's kind of weird that they consider this a UCS set when neither the build or the figures or the box art suggests it. But, well, an actual UCS set is set 75417, the UCS ATST Walker, for the same $200 and 1,513 pieces. And this, I'm not really into UCS. Lego sets, the only one I really liked of the ship category was the Venator. The droids were nice and the statues, but this, well, it's a good build. It looks like an ATST. You can see this is how it looks from the back, some nice detail work, and also it has an interior. I like how they made the chairs there look really comfy, even though they are plastic. And also included is the usual plaque with some specs about the model and its counterpart in the Star Wars world. And also there is a pilot. I think it's using new prints. I really like it, but it's a figure that we've been getting time and time again each time that Lego makes ATST. So this was the August wave of Lego Star Wars sets, obviously completing the ones that we've gotten in May that were very small. I was surprised that we've got just this for the summer, but now I've been proven wrong. So tell me in the comments what are your thoughts on these sets.